Hi guys, welcome to another Elementor video. This is Jamie from System22 and webdesignandtechtips.com. We got a great one for you today. We're going to toggle a couple of sections on button click. Great little feature. We're going to demonstrate it with a couple of forms today, different types of form, job application and a contact form. But there's all kind of applications you can use this for. Great interactive feature to have on your site and adds another bit of user interaction for your visitors. So let's get started. So here we have our site. If I roll down just a little bit, we've got a button here. On our button, it says more information. And just below the button, we've got a contact us section, and we've got a couple of little flip cards down below. Watch what happens when I click on the more information button. Watch the contact form. It's going to change to more information, completely different section. And as you can see, we've still got our flip cards down here. And the actual contact section's disappeared. The text on the button's changed to contact us. So if we want to flip that back, just click on contact us. We've got our contact us section back. And as you can see, it's not just adding it, it's replacing the one that was there. And this is an absolutely awesome interactive feature for your visitors. And it's a great way of saving a bit of real estate also. Especially if you've got different forms. One may be a contact us, one may be an application form or something like that. You can have the text change to anything you want up there that's pertinent to whatever it is you're popping up down here. So let's get started. I've got this page open in my Elementor over here. And we'll go down. We'll delete this section. We'll delete our contact form. And we'll delete our more information. Okay, the first thing that we want to do is add the actual sections that we want to toggle between or switch between. So let's add a new section. I'm going to keep this very simple. I'll add a form here again, just like we did before. I'm not going to go through building the form. I'm just going to throw it in there and give this section a little background. I'm going to turn the labels off. We've got placeholders and labels. Okay, I'm going to go into the section now and we'll just style this. I guess I better throw in a little heading so we can tell which is which. Of course, you'll be able to tell, but that's okay. I'm going to throw a little heading right there. Now let's say contact us, or whatever it is you like to say on your contact forms. I'm going to go over to style. I'm going to make that white. It'll disappear on the background. I'm going to pop it in the middle. Great, well let's go to our section there, little pink tab there. I'm going to click on the little dots to go to the edit. I'm going to go over to my style, and let's just throw in a background. Whether you want a color or an image, I'll put something dark in there. I think I used that before, that seemed to work quite well. That's great. And while we're in the section, let's just give it a bit of breathing room. Over in advanced, I'm going to give it 100 pixels padding all around. Perfect. So we've got our first little section there. Let's create another one. I guess the easiest way would be just to duplicate this one. So I'm going to right click on it. Hit the duplicate right there. We've got the same underneath. Let's change what it says here. Apply for a position or whatever you want to say on yours. Just so we can tell which section's which, and we'll switch out the little background image for a different one. Back into the section itself. Now let's throw that in the background. Okay, we've got two completely different sections there. How do we make this work then? Well, I'm going to add a code module for the button, and it's up to you where you want to put it. I'll just add a new section right here. You can put it above, below, wherever you want to put yours. Inside this, I'm going to put a little HTML code module. If we go back to our matrix down here, roll on down. There's the HTML code module. I'm going to just drag it over here, left click, drag, release. And let's write some code. Now don't let that put you off. I've written it all for you. Now we're going to be using a bit of code for this today, but don't let it put you off. I'm using a bit of CSS for styling the button, a bit of HTML for the actual button itself, and a bit of JavaScript to create the function that's going to hide and show our sections. And don't let the coding part worry you. I'm going to take you through it all step by step. And I'll show you how to change what the button says when you click on it, as well as how to style it to look more like perhaps the other buttons on your site. Really easy to do. So let's get back to the build. So here's our code. I've got a little PDF here, and I'll put this link down below. You can just click on it and copy all this code. I'll just quickly take you through it. At the top, we've got a little button. That's the button we're going to put in there. And at the moment, mine's going to say show section Y. I'll show you how to change that in a minute. Then we've got some CSS in the little style tags here. This is how you can style your button, change colors, do whatever you want. I'll show you how to do that too. And then we've got some JavaScript. We're opening script tag there, all the way to the closing script tag. Basically, what this script's doing is we've created a function here to toggle between section X and section Y. And that's a CSS class name that we're going to give each of these sections so that the script knows what to grab. And it's going to tell one if section Y is displaying. You click it, hide it, and flip to the other section, and vice versa. Now, a little bit further down, we've got button text content. So every time we click on it, it's going to toggle from show section Y to show section X, or whatever it is you want yours to say, and I'll change that out in a minute and show you exactly what I mean. And the rest of this down here is just the event lister to make it do what we want when we click. Okay, so let's grab this. I'm going to hit Control A to select all, or you can just left click and select, however you like to do it. Control C to copy. We'll go back to our page here, into the code module itself, put your cursor in there, and hit Control V to paste it, or right click and paste, however you like to do it. As you can see, we've got that little button there. But it's not going to do anything at the moment because, as I mentioned before, we've told this function to switch things with class name of section Y and section X. Let's just expand this a little bit more so you can see it. So if we look down here on line 23, we've got section X is the class name, section Y. So if I grab this without the dot, section X, section dash X, Control C to copy, go into one of these and we'll call Contact Us section X. To give it a class name, we need to go over to Advanced. Down to CSS classes, make sure you put it in classes and not in IDs. We'll give that one section X. And I know the next one's section Y. I'm not going to go back there. We'll go into this one. Over to Advanced yet again, remembering classes, not IDs. We'll put that in there, and I'm going to change that to a Y. Great. Now we've given these handles that the function can grab. Let's go back into the function itself here. At the moment, my button's saying show section Y. And if we roll down here, we've got what we want the button to say. So I think I'm going to have section Y say Contact Us because it's going to be on the job application one. So in between the little inverted commas there, make sure you don't cut that off. I'm going to say Contact Us today, or whatever you want to put yours to say. And then if we look down on line 41 here, when we click on it, for section X, which is in contact, we want it to say apply for a job, or whatever it is you want to say for yours. So again, inside the inverted commas, make sure not to cut them off. Apply for a job or position, or whatever it is you want to say for yours. That'll work for me. Now you may have noticed nothing has changed here, because this is only going to change that text when we click on it. So initially we're going to show the Contact Us form, and when they click on the button, it's going to pop up to apply for a position. If we look up the top here, here's our button between the two divs there. Here's what the button's saying initially, show section, or so show section Y, if I roll up so you can see. So Let's change it to apply for a job or whatever it is you want to say. As you can see, that's now changed. And if you want to, you can style this button any way you want. We've got some CSS down below, which is the styling of the actual button itself. At the moment, it's got a black background. If you want to change that, just change it to red. And you can put any hex code. As you see, that's red. We've got a hover state down here, where when you hover over it, it's going to change color. Let's change that to blue, perhaps. Like I say, you can use any hex RGBA code you want. I'm just doing this very quickly. If you wanted to put a border around it, for a border at the moment, it's saying border none. If you wanted to put one on there, you could add whatever you wanted. Let's say 1 pixel, solid. I'll make it black, 0, 0, 0. Now we got a little 1 pixel black border around there. If you wanted it to be pill shaped, we got border radius of 8 pixels at the moment. If you take that up to about 50, it'd be a nice little round button right there. If you wanted to ensure the button is the same size, no matter what text is in there, obviously it's got to be as big as the actual longest piece of text, we can give it a fixed width. Let's say 200 pixels. And my hover color doesn't seem to be working there. So I'm going to go down to where it says background on my button, hover, background blue. I'm going to force it with the important class. To do that, hit the exclamation, IMPORTANT. Don't like to use that, but sometimes you have to force the issue. And that's got it. If you wanted to slow that down or speed it up a bit, you could give it a different transition duration, and you'd put that in the regular state here. I'm probably going on a little bit too much about decorating your button, but you may want to make it look like the rest of the buttons on your site, and this is the way to do it. So to slow it down or speed it up, transition, dash duration. It's actually prompted us down there. So you can click on it, and let's make it pretty slow. 1 second, 1s. Make yours as quick or as slow as you want. As you can see, that sort of slowed it down. You've got a bit of a gradient happening between the red and the blue there, a little purpley sort of thing. Great. What if we've done everything correctly now? This should be working. So let's go down, publish if you're ready. I'm going to save mine as a draft. Hit the little eyeball to preview the changes. And if we roll down, there's our little red button. There's our little contact section. If I roll down a bit more, you'll see that that's the only contact section there. When I click on the button, or when I hover on it, it's going to change. When I click on it, it's changed the form down here for us to apply for a position. Now it looks like I've got my apply for a job and my contact us today switched around the wrong way. But while we're here, just notice that that button, although we got different amounts of text in it, is staying the same width too. So let's just flip those around the right way and we should be good to go. So if we roll back down here we are on 37 and 43. This one should say apply for a job. I'm going to copy that and paste it in there. I'm going to cut the contact us today. Control X. Again, make sure you don't cut off those little inverted commas either side. I'm going to replace that there. Control V. Let's try that again. Save draft. Take another look. Now let's roll down. There we got our button again. This time it's saying the correct text there. We got our contact us form. If they want to apply for a job, they can click on the button and they've got our apply for a position form right there. And the button's changed to contact us today. They can flip back by clicking on that. Fantastic. Just exactly what we wanted. And don't forget, you'll find the link to this code down below. Just copy and paste. And as you saw, you can change the CSS to make your button style anything you want. So there you have it, guys. There's how to add a little button that's going to toggle between two sections. That's going to let you switch between whatever it is you want to switch between on there. Really handy little feature to have on your website. Like we said earlier, a nice bit of interaction for your visitors. So I hope you've enjoyed this today and found it useful. If you have, don't forget to give it a like, share, and subscribe down below. Leave us a comment. It's always great to hear from you, and your comments are always giving me ideas to make more helpful videos for you. If you've enjoyed this today, don't forget to check out our Elementor playlist. It should appear just over there any minute now. There's bound to be something there that you'll enjoy. So once again, this has been Jamie from System22 and webdesignandtechtips.com. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.